Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another scene of London Ascending, where we find Diane almost immediately after she woken up, which, to her surprise, is a lot later than she normally wakes up. Um, and she shrugs. She goes almost immediately up and will probably mention that she has some tasks she needs to do, or well, want to roll her eyes as she realizes where she has to go next, and will head in the direction of Garnet Stables a little later.
Well, she'll be greeted by the same ghoul, who smiles, actually kind of beaming at her when she comes in, seemingly very happy that she's there. And when she walks into the stables, there will be Garnet shirt, unbuttoned, of course, naturally, and a pair of shorts as well, as he's listening to music, kind of with his arms folded behind his head as he's looking down at some paperwork. As he looks up and gets this broad, signature wicked little smile, and darling, I did not expect you. As he just glides out of the chair and immediately squeezes her hand quite warmly and just smiles down at her.
She does not smile back. She's just looking at him and is like, yeah, I did not expect to find myself here either, but it's what it is, and I'm here to report on the events of yesterday evening/night.
Oh, well, he just pulls up a chair and pours her some wine and sits down as he has this bit of a smirk on his face. So what happened What happened then? Fill me in.
She remains standing, actually, as she just looks at the chair and the wine. It's just like, yeah, I don't know what you're thinking, but...
He just shakes his head and, darling, I'm being courteous. Please sit.
Oh, that's what this is. Right.
Well, if you're not, you can stand. Either way, He kind of just looks. He just kind of just throws his hands up in the air, kind of like whatever,
She'll nod and remain standing. Actually, paces back and forth once before taking position again. And we'll start a report. It's like, well, last night I got a request for a meeting from the Harpy, Laura. And as we met, we found ourselves witnesses to a police raid.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's interesting. You kind of smiled
it's
a bit.
not. But what might be interesting is when I send my little friends out for some information, we found out that one of the police, actually the captain of the police that was present, was, well, familiar with our kind. And we also found out that in the bookstore that was getting assaulted, there was a cellar that appeared to have some sort of ritualistic use.
He sort of leans forward very intently.
So Laura found out that the captain was actually on our side, so she was a ghoul to the queen, and we helped to find what happened downstairs at the cellar. It was definitely, well, I presume it was blood magic that was being used there. Also, my friends informed me that there were shadows down there. So...
Looks like they've set up a new location then. Did you get a look at any of them or see anything else?
Yes. We went down. There was a lot. There were a couple of dead policemen, a couple of dead cultists, and there was a curtain. And when I pulled it away, I saw a man standing at the other end of the room, smiling at me, dressed in shadows. He had two persons with him, ghouls, or maybe just dominated kind, but I suspect a little bit more from La Sombra, to be honest. And we had a fight. He made a area of shadows that not even my eyes could see through. And he escaped while we had to dispatch of the shadow and then fight the ghouls.
I see. What does this man look like?
And she will give a description of his face, which I did not get in the scene itself, but she got a clear view of his face, so she
He'll nod and write it all down. Seems I must revisit our darling captive to verify something. You have 2 La Sombra reported in that pack, so we need to figure out which one is sire or child.
And which one of them knows of blood magic?
That could be the Tzimisce, the sire of the one I am currently breaking.
As far as I know, there was one. Well, of course, someone could have gone out into that tunnel earlier, but there was one kindred presence, and that was him. So either we have a Tzimisce who knows blood magic, or we have La Sombra that knows blood magic.
Or we have a traitor in the warlocks.
Or that, yes.
He kind of strokes his chin. This is troubling.
Yes.
Very troubling. Well,
we did pursue further. The tunnel ended in the sewers.
Seems I must pay a visit to the Nosferatu then. We'll have to keep this. We have to keep this quiet. We'll need to assemble a council to discuss this. Perhaps you, myself, Lorne, a few others.
If you
must
wish.
Must be kept quiet.
And you best tell that to Laura. She is at least making report to the Queen.
No doubt she will. I'll have to discuss things with the Scourge as well, see what she knows about blood magic. We'll see. You just
never met her.
Charming woman. He just kind of smiles.
In your eyes, everybody in the city is charming in their own way, I presume.
No, darling. Everyone is out to get something from me, one way or the other. He just adds kind of wickedly.
Right. She kind of raises an eyebrow at that.
It's called the Great Game, Diane, for a reason. Everyone is out for something. Eventually, someone will try and kill me. Seems logical. Whether it's a Sabbat or one of my own. It makes
good
sense.
luck with that.
Well, they can try. He just kind of just gives a smile.
I'm sure they can.
Well, I was surprised you came to see me. Yeah, this is kind of the grin starting to emerge on his face.
I came to report. The report isn't finished.
Oh, well, by all means. He just kind of just gestures, smiling to himself.
We followed the trail until we hit an office, one of those maintenance offices, and it was a stairs going up. At the end of the stair, there was a Kine who had been dominated, like we could hear him speaking, probably to attack us. He won't attack anymore. However, by the time we were done with the Kine, which frankly didn't take that much time, we saw 3 doors. And when we followed through the one that we presumed he was in, or went through, we came out into the open, where there was Morkine and cameras, so we could not at that point pursue any further and who would break the masquerade.
No. Sound strategy. Sound strategy. You just nod. Troubling. So, seems they're upping their pace. He just kind of smiles. Maybe the capture of their Tzimisce has furthered the pack.
If it's just one pack, yeah, I'm sure.
My experience, there's usually one. But then there's more. This could be the scouting force, testing our strengths and weaknesses.
London is a big city, biggest on the Isles. I doubt they would have sent one pack in. It doesn't make sense. You send a couple in on key points.
Perhaps we already eliminated the Infernalist threat with that master. Maybe there are several we don't know about yet. We'll have to begin organizing parties. He just starts to think in safe houses as well. They've seen you, obviously. You
Yes.
and Laura. Right. So, well, particularly Laura, seeing as she's a harpy, will have to be monitored. She could be an easy target. You are a hound. You obviously know the risk of that. I'm assuming, correct?
The risk of being a hound, no. The risk of being a fighter and a warrior, yes.
Well,
I presume it's the same.
more or less. Just a few bit more ass kissing, but that's about it. He just winks.
I don't do that.
Well, then you have nothing to worry about, darling. He just kind of shakes his head. Laura is a harpy. She could be a prime target to either conversion or being killed and replaced, if you get my meaning. They use nefarious tactics like that. So, he just kind of sits there, kind of in deep contemplation, then is like, looks up then. What would you do? Let me hear your expertise. I think she's frozen. Garnet, I'm just sit and wait. We'll just wait for her to come back and we'll continue. And Garnet will, simply chill and sit and wait for Dia's responses. She's obviously heavily in deep thought. He himself will sit there pondering, waiting, thinking of a few plans he needs to get underway and make sure everything's a bit easier. Look at her though, watching her scrunch up her face in thought.
Hi.
There we are.
Oh, fucking hell. It's like
There we go.
internet went
There you
somewhere.
are. You're fine. He was just asking your opinion. What would your tactics be? You know, he's kind of trying to gauge you, basically. That's what Garrett is like. What was your thing? What would you do in your situation?
On what exactly?
On what best response would be to this? You know, what's happening?
Well, there are a couple of things we know. We know this guy had cultists. We can assume that there may be more. We also know that this place was rather close to Laura's place, so it would be wise to relocate her. We know that we don't know exactly who, but we know that someone practices blood magic. So Tremere need to be informed and need to be tasked to bring this down. Those are three things that we know just from this. Now, in the overall picture, we know there is a pack that has several of those war ghouls that still has at least 2 members, maybe more, because in the underground we saw 5. We killed and captured 3 of them. There are 2 at least left. One of them is the Lasombra.
There are 2 Lasombra, 1 Tzimisce, 1 Gangrel, 1 Brujah, 1 Caitiff. He just files out the names and hands them to you. Now, I didn't get the names in scene, but I'll just get Blue Book it to you.
And with that, she raises 2 eyebrows. You're awfully well informed.
Well, Kurt, you can thank our prisoner for those names. I had a conversation. He just smiles.
Good. Okay, so 2 Lasombra.
Tzimisce, the captured child. Oubliette, she's called, I believe.
Okay.
One of the Lasombra is named Luca, although I don't know which. Okay. I heard that name before in the sewers as well when I touched the door.
Yes, you've mentioned that name.
And the others just seem more like foot soldiers.
Okay. What was the last one?
Brujah.
And Caitiff Brujah.
And he adds with a bit of odd delight, Malkavian.
Malkavian as well.
That could be dangerous. He adds very dangerous.
Well, they can all be very dangerous in their own way, but they have a good blend of both physical as well as mental assault going on there, and that is something that we need to look at. I think it's best that we would discuss with Lauren that the Elysium will have a way to make sure that we all know exactly who we are, like a password, but better, because passwords can be found out easily.
Very true. Very true.
We need to locate who prime targets would be.
Well, Harpies for sure.
Harpies, of course, members of court, Queen, Seneschal, Keeper, Harpies, Sheriff. These are all prime targets.
Camilla herself could be a very prime target, a valuable war hero like that taken out of the picture. Makes sense.
She would be a target for a morale kill, yes, as she would boost their morale and lower ours if she would die.
Indeed. Well, I'm assuming you... Well, I'll begin coordinating with Lauren. Perhaps you can talk to the sheriff, and the 3 of us will meet somewhere in the middle and begin to formulate maybe a response.
Yes. Also, if they're in the sewers, definitely we need contact with the Nosferatu, and we need to set up a plan. I will direct more of my rats into the sewers.
Indeed, yes. I will meet with Nosferatu as well. I owe the Primogen a visit.
If you don't mind, I wouldn't mind joining in on that discussion.
My darling, you could come along with me anytime. He just adds a wink.
She kind of stares in his eyes at that point, like, don't do that right now.
He just smiles. And what about yourself and your sire? Are you safe?
Hmm. I'll need to talk to Tristan about his defenses as well as Dylan. Um, of the three of
If you
us, I
want, I
think
can.
I am more emotionally inclined than the rest of us, but I also can hide better since I don't have my own location here yet.
If you require it, I can set up one of these temporary havens for you and your kin to make avail of.
I don't think that's necessary just now.
Well,
Tristan,
it off-
after all, is an elder of Clan Gangrel, but holds no position in court yet. I think we will need to set up defenses according to high-risk targets, and I think none of the Gangrel at this point really are.
but you're one of the risks of conversion the most, my darlings. You are independent outside our sect in many ways. I am trying to keep you in the fold.
I understand, but we made our own choice to stay here. And that choice should strengthen our resolve into staying with the Camarilla more than anyone. We have been shunned for our tribe leaving.
Wow.
More than anyone else. Which is understood that only strength.
I'm not. No, I can still. It's. He kind of just raises his hands. I'm not trying to argue. I'm just saying I'm being concerned. I wouldn't be a seneschal if I didn't show concern for all the people who dwell in this city. He just smiles very gently. I mean no offense.
None taken. You don't actually see my dice, but that was a. I really don't see my dice.
Ah, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. I saw
That was a subterfuge roll.
Ah. Oh no, you're fine. You're fine. He just smiles very gently. I mean no offense.
Yeah,
So
roll for comments she made earlier. Taking it, it makes sense that you think we would be converted. It's like I've once picked up a conversation of two women where they mentioned that someone who quits smoking usually becomes the most annoying opinion of their clan. And in that case, I think we are less easy to be, maybe more of a target, I will give you that, but we won't budge as easily as some of the others who have been. I'll keep my mouth shut here.
You just smile. I'm just. Once the wolves are isolated from the pack, they become vulnerable to bigger predators. It's just plain concern. Yeah. Don't worry.
We are not isolated.
I'm just trying to make sure that doesn't happen. I need the Gangrel to be accepted by us. We need cooperation to respect your independence and for you to respect ours. And to do that, we must work together. That is all.
And for you there, not towards us, but towards the rest of the Camarilla. No offense, but they think little of us, which I understand.
Well,
as you said, there is strength in unity. There is strength in a pack. A pack needs to cooperate and needs to work together and needs to respect its members. I will have as much respect as I'm being given. And so far, that's been little.
Darling, you and I, although different clans, are considered the lowly ones, the ones that are not capable, the ones that are thrown down in the mud. And look at the two of us. A hound who has victoriously knocked out the sheriff in single combat, and the Malkavian seneschal. We don't need to ask them for respect. Our deeds make our respect. But I don't believe in shutting everyone away for simple superstition. If that was the case, well, I'd probably be in an asylum and you'd be frolicking naked in the woods. He just smiles almost disarmingly. I'm not always out to get something. I'm being practical. As he just gently smiles.
As am I.
Well,
Just saying that we will need to reach out to the Ravnos as well.
yes, well, I plan meeting her, meeting them, one of the sisters soon. I plan to bring her closer into the fold to make sure that doesn't happen.
Exactly.
Well, for now, we keep calm, we plan, we organize, and he just kind of cranes his head, and maybe you can trust me for a change instead of jumping to the worst of me.
She is just not gonna answer that.
He raises an eyebrow, and he does not let it up, and he kind of goes, because I've noticed you seem to think very bad of Mr. Garnett, as he stands up, arms behind his back with that wicked smile, like circling her. And I've been such a generous host every time you come over.
Let this be a sign of trust. It is not something personal.
Well, that's good at least. As long as you don't find me offensive, then. He just kind of winks.
No more or less than anyone else in the city.
Oh, you think me like them? Oh, that's a shame. He just kind of flicks his long hair out of his face. Well, I suppose maybe you and I could hunt, if that would earn your trust a bit more.
Why are you so set on getting my trust?
Well, I told you before, haven't I? Or do I have to explain myself again and again? He just adds, kind of leans back very arrogant on the table. You're the one who came here to see me.
I came here to report.
Yes, but you could have gone to the sheriff. You could have gone to the queen herself. You could have the Lorne, but yet you came to see me.
I have gone to the sheriff. The queen source of the news. Make sure that news is spread to the right ears. Stories change after they pass many mouths.
He just nods. Mm-hmm. I understand. Practical as always. Well, I hear you're going to be martial training our young little liege.
She keeps her facial expressions as neutral as possible, but you can clearly see the annoyance in her eyes. Yes, the queen requested this.
Well, it would be most interesting to see what he thinks. He's very fond of you.
I have no idea why.
I can understand it. In a way. It's not a bad thing for a man to be, or even a person to be attracted to someone who displays such independence and control over what they are and what they want. It's an attractive thing.
Is it now?
In a way.
I see.
Some people can find it envious.
I normally don't care much for people's opinions, but this one is getting annoying.
Why is that?
if I train him the way I train my childer, the way we train as Gangrel, the queen will not be happy. I will have to be forced to train him as if I am not what I am. I will need to train him as a Toreador. And as a Toreador, I am pretty damn sure that there are more people in that clan that have a better grasp of being Toreador and being martial than I.
Maybe she does not want you to make him a Toreador. Why did she pick you? Ask yourself that. She could have picked Camilla.
Yes.
She could have, but why did she pick you, darling?
At his request and as a punishment.
I very much doubt it was a punishment.
Her words.
And why are you seeing it as one? She may think it's a punishment, but for you, it could be a chance to show the Gangrel in their finest light.
I can do that better while being out there hunting these Sabbats.
And you will be. But why don't you show that the Gangrel can walk and talk just like the rest of them? They just choose not to because they are totally in control of themselves. The clan of beasts, after all, they understand everything about it.
That's why I have Dristan and Dylan.
And I thought you were independent. You struck me as such. You don't cling on.
We work as a team.
Well, sometimes we have to take things for the team that we don't like.
I never said I wouldn't do it.
You know, he kind of smiles. He is trying to rugged himself for you, apparently. Whispers tell me.
Really?
He's quite smitten. He's rather adorable.
He's young and ignorant.
Young and arrogant, but he has a mind. A very good one.
Young, ignorant, and arrogant. That's a deadly combi.
If put in the right direction, it can be. But just, well, I believe. I'm not sure what it is, but I think he means to show you how one with nature he can be.
I am waiting.
Well, if you wish for me to accompany you, I can observe and make sure you don't. Well, he just kind of just gestures, punch him. I am a calming influence over people.
I think I can't keep my cool.
No. I did not say that. I just said if you want, I could accompany you. Maybe show him a few things. After all, nobody hides quite like a Malkavian.
And you tell me, Seneschal.
Oh? What's that? Oh, I don't think I can hear you again. Nope. I believe she's frozen again. No. Yeah, I think. There we go. Hello?
This connection
I can nearly hear you. I can nearly hear you. You're just roboting, but I can nearly hear you. Wait, there we go. Wait, I
Hello?
think I
Oh,
can hear
got
you.
it.
There we go. There we go. There we go. But oh no, no. There.
This is now getting annoying.
No, it's okay. I think you're back now. We're all right. We're
I
all right.
hope so. I hope
Yeah.
so.
What were you asking me? You kind of you cut
Yeah,
out
I
just as you said
figured.
it.
She'd look at him closely and is like, I'm wondering if you would just come there to have some fun for yourself, or if you would be genuine in your attempts to help the boy.
Oh, don't worry. He says very seriously. I intend to help Sebastian on many, many things. Teach him many, many things. But also, well, I want to see you more. If that is okay with you. I would like to see, maybe watch you and work. See how the legendary hound is in practice.
I am far from legendary. If you're looking for the legendary hound, go find Camilla.
I'm not interested in looking at Camilla. I've seen her operate. I want to see you operate. But if you don't want me to, darling, I understand.
As far as I know, we live in a free country. You can come and go wherever you wish. If it is your wish to join, as long as Sebastian has nothing against it, you're more than willing to more than you are more than. God damn it! I lost my English.
I think you're more than willing. Yeah, I think you had the right sentence anyway. I think. Yeah.
Okay. Well, blah. You're more than welcome. I was looking for
Yeah,
welcome.
welcome.
You're more than welcome to sit in.
Well, perhaps I will, perhaps I won't. I see. Lots to do and all that. Well, he just kind of smiles. Look forward to chasing you again.
Sure. Good luck.
He'll just smile almost wickedly. Oh, you have no idea, darling. I already have luck on my side.
Well, you must have gotten this position for some reason. Luck usually helps.
Well, maybe you'll see why. He just adds a wicked smile. Well, it's getting late and I must organize some business, but if you need to come to see the horses again, darling, please. My door's...
If we have the time. Right now, we have a different hunt.
Yes.
Let me know when you have that meeting with the Nosferatu. I'm more than interested. And I will see if I can reach a Tremere, but if they're unwilling to listen to me, maybe a word from you would be handy.
I'll speak to Mr. Hardcastle. He just gently smiles. Well, as I said, if you ever wish to see me, I am here as always. There's no need to worry. Yeah, with this little wicked grin as you're going by the door.
I know where to find you when I need to report in.
Well, I eagerly await each report you give me. And
I know where to find you when I have to report in.
Well, I eagerly await. And he actually very tenderly take her hand. Stay safe out there, Dia. Don't fall by the wayside. That would be most, disappointing. And, Garnet wouldn't have as much fun. He says with a smile.
I'm sure you wouldn't.
Well, he just shakes his head be safe, and if you need anything, please don't hesitate to contact us. He'll just hold the door open for her and just smile at her oddly gently.
And she'll walk through the door, and then, kind of half over her shoulder, she'll say, "Don't die," and walks away.
He'll just gently smile and close the door, and he'll just shake his head. Oh, I don't intend to, darling, as he's walking back over to his horses.
And I think we can end the scene there.
Yeah.
Sorry for all the technical difficulties, and thank you all for watching and playing, and good evening.